Okay, this is going to be a short video on how to install the Flytrex CAN bus adapter. I'll start with existing users first. Well, what you get in the box and the packaging is you get a CAN bus port that has an input and an output, so you can feed through this any additional accessories. Get your Flytrex sticker, some double-sided tape, and they send you two cords that are going to get connected, one side to the Flytrex and one side into this little port. I guess they send you an extra one just in case one breaks. They are pretty fragile. May have been nice to have some tubing over them, just to protect the wires a little bit. So I have my Flytrex mounted on this holder I picked up on Shapeways, but I'll just disconnect this for you. Okay, so here's my Flytrex device. Now normally a lot of you guys have this wire soldered directly to the battery leads inside in the hull. What I had gone and did is put a quick connector on it so I can remove it. But we're not going to be using the power any longer, so we're just going to get rid of these leads here. So what I'm going to do, I mean, you guys could just tuck this around whatever you want, but for me I'm just going to get rid of these power wires. I'm just going to cut them off real short. I guess you could even open the board and unsolder them from in there. Actually, I'm just going to cut them short. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. That's fine, nothing's going on there. I'll just put a little piece of tape over it. Okay, so now we have our Flytrex, just looks just like this. Okay. I moved my CAN bus port from the leg to inside because I have a mini IOSD, and coming at it at a mini IOSD, I had just connected a little CAN bus plug so I can plug into my ground station. So basically what's going to happen now is I'm going to remove the upper half of the shell. Alright, so I'm just on my last screw here for the shell to be removed. Okay. So basically what's going to happen is these two wires that I had coming out from my Flytrex are going to be removed, and we're going to send back down just one of these wires. Okay, so here's a GPS cable. I'm just going to remove that and put that here. Now here's the original Flytrex wire that goes into the GPS here. Okay, so this goes into the GPS, and then this wire comes down the side. So I'm just going to remove this clip that's holding these wires together. And here's my power wire that is soldered underneath you know, I don't need this wire, and well, I don't want to cut it. Here's my CAN bus port for my IOSD, and what I'm going to do here is I'm actually just going to cut these power leads. So that'll come right out. This is going into the same hole as my compass. I could cut this, but I'd rather just hold on to the cable. Okay. Okay, so my original Flytrex installation has been disconnected. Okay, so I'm going to take some tape here, and I'm just going to tape up this extra power lead. So I can use it in the future. Okay. And this is just the wires from your original Flytrex. Just so if I need power at a later time, they're already soldered in, and I can just use them from here. Okay. So what's going to happen is, here's my CAN bus port that was on the leg, and I currently have my mini IOSD plugged into it. So basically what's going to happen is this. And this wire is the wire that would go to my ground station, which is coming out the bottom of the Phantom here. So what's going to happen is this. I'm going to disconnect this wire going to the bottom to my ground station. In this port, I will install the Flytrex CAN bus. Okay, so that's in. Now this wire that's coming out from my ground station will just go right into the other end of my ground station port. Now if you don't have the ground station port, you know, your termination will end here. You'll just need to plug your CAN bus, Flytrex CAN bus, right into the CAN bus on the leg, if it's on the leg. If it's inside, you'll have to do it this way. So the only other thing we have to do now is connect one of these cables to the Flytrex CAN bus port. Okay, and they're tiny, you have to make sure they're in. Okay, and then this wire I'm going to run down through the back leg, and basically this will be the only other wire going to the Flytrex. And we can do a quick test of that. Oh, I guess I covered the port up. Oh no, here it is. So this is really the only wire that's going to be going to the Flytrex now. There'll be no more power cables. Okay? And a quick way that we could test this is we could put the battery in. And just power the Phantom up. And you can see the Flytrex is powered up right through these 3 wires. So again, the Flytrex CAN bus would plug directly into the leg of your Phantom if that's where you had your CAN bus port still sitting. I brought mine inside, so it would connect right to the CAN bus port inside. If you have a mini IOSD, you're going to just take the CAN bus port out of the mini IOSD, put the Flytrex in between, because you can go right through the Flytrex. Once you plug the Flytrex into the CAN bus, you have an out port also. So you're not taking up a port by using the Flytrex. And again, as you can see, it's just this one wire that's going to power up the Flytrex at this point. So what I'll do is I'll put everything back together, and I'll just get this wire down one of the back legs, because I mount this onto the back. Alright, so now that I have put the body back together, this is my 5.8 transmitter power and video leads. But here you can see I just have the one wire coming out going into my Flytrex. So this is how my Flytrex sits on my copter. I bought this little holder from Shapeways. It actually works fairly well. I just made a little hole here so I could see the status light. So what we'll try to do now is, from in the house, we'll just see if I can get a signal. And I'll get my phone and we'll see if this thing goes green, if it goes live. Again, I'm in my kitchen, so I don't know how well this test will work, but we'll see. It's going green. It should go back to purple, I think, red, and then it'll stop flashing green. So we should be online fairly soon. Open up my Flytrex app. No live flight at the moment. We should be live now. Connected to multi-rotor. Load GPS signal. Yeah, we just have a little GPS signal. So let's see if I can move this outside. And there it is. Only got 5 satellites. A little hard to see. Only got 5 satellites, but I'm connected. So the install was a success.